You ever notice how some YouTube channels seem to have like all the views in the world? But when you dig a little, the financial picture doesn't quite match up.
Oh, definitely.
I was looking at a couple of channels recently, and it really hammered home how crucial your focus is, right from the start.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Just having a lot of people watching isn't the whole story. There's definitely a layer beneath the surface there.
Absolutely. Take this psychology channel, for example. A solid 634,000 subscribers
Okay?
and about 5 million views annually. You'd think they'd be doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, it sounds good on paper.
Turns out they brought in under $10,000 last year.
Wow. Okay.
Now, flip over to an AI-focused channel, launched in April 2023, so not even 2 years old,
Pretty new then.
with just under 100 videos. They pulled in 6 million views in the same period, slightly more than the psychology channel.
Right?
And their revenue from YouTube's advertising program, AdSense revenue, basically,
Yeah.
it was over $45,000.
So almost identical viewership, but a completely different outcome financially.
Yeah.
This really highlights that choosing the right niche is, well, it's a foundational strategic move for anyone putting content out there.
It's like comparing night and day.
Wow.
I mean, 4 times the income with roughly the same number of views and in a much shorter time frame. The key difference here is something called RPM,
Revenue per mil.
right? Revenue per mil, or what advertisers pay for every 1,000 views.
Exactly.
The psychology niche tends to have an RPM in the $2.05 to $5 range, and this particular channel was averaging around $2.
Pretty low.
But in the AI niche, we're seeing $4 to $10 RPM, and for those how-to AI videos, it looks like it can climb to maybe $7 a 5.
Big difference.
Huge. So if you're thinking about launching a faceless YouTube channel in 2025, this deep dive is specifically for you.
Okay.
Our goal today is to explore some niches that look really promising, from a financial perspective, based on some fascinating research.
And this isn't just speculation, is it? We're looking at actual examples of channels out there right now that are seeing success.
Exactly. The source we've been digging through analyzed hundreds of these faceless YouTube channels
Wow, hundreds.
and pinpointed 8 niches that seem particularly promising for 2025. They even rank them based on how much earning potential they seem to have and how relatively easy it is to create videos in those areas.
That's useful. A practical ranking.
Yeah. Now, some of these niches are quite new, so precise RPM figures aren't always available, but we'll be sharing real-world examples of channels that are making waves.
Good.
They used a rating system from 1 to 10 for both earning potential and ease of creation, giving us an average score to consider. Ready to dive into the specifics?
Absolutely. Let's see what these up-and-coming areas are.
All right, let's kick things off with niche number 8, anime self-help videos.
Huh, interesting combo.
Yeah, it's a really interesting combination, taking those personal growth topics we know and wrapping them in the visually appealing world of anime. The thinking here is that this is a niche with a lot of room to grow in 2025.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Anime has a massive and very enthusiastic global fan base, right?
Totally.
And self-improvement is a perennially popular subject. So marrying those two could really tap into a unique segment of the audience.
Right.
What's particularly interesting is why anime might resonate with self-help. Perhaps the, visually dynamic storytelling and relatable character struggle kind of enhance the message of personal growth.
Could be. And we're already seeing some examples of this in action. There's a channel called Incognito CEO. They've got over 200,000 subscribers with only 15 videos.
15? Wow.
Yeah, they're pulling in around 140,000 views each month and earning about $300, which puts their RPM in the neighborhood of like $2.
Okay, so RPM's low there.
Yeah, but then you have Fame Inspector with close to 95,000 subscribers and just 12 videos.
Even fewer videos.
Right. They're getting around 450,000 monthly views and bringing in about $2,000 a month, which is closer to a $4.05 RPM.
Okay, better RPM there. So while the immediate revenue per 1,000 views might not be the absolute highest, the potential for rapid audience growth seems to be there. Those subscriber numbers with such a small video library are definitely noteworthy.
Exactly. The content itself focuses on those classic self-help themes, things like discipline, building confidence, breaking bad habits.
Standard stuff.
But it uses engaging anime clips to illustrate these points in a way that really grabs your attention.
Visual hook.
So if you're already creating content in the self-help space and maybe not seeing the engagement you'd hoped for, this could be a really creative way to, re-energize your approach and connect with a broader audience.
Right, a new angle.
And here's where it gets really interesting. You don't have to be an animation expert to make these videos.
Ah, the tools aspect.
Yeah, there are some pretty powerful AI tools out there, like NVIDIA AI's Did AI V3. They claim it can actually generate motivational anime clips and even create entire anime-style videos on various topics.
The increasing accessibility of these AI-powered tools is really changing the game, isn't it? Especially for content creators in more visually intensive niches,
For sure.
it significantly lowers that initial hurdle of needing specialized skills or, expensive software.
Absolutely. So when they looked at the ratings, this niche got a 4 out of 10 for immediate earning potential,
Okay, modest.
but a very impressive 9 out of 10 for how easy it is to create videos, which gives it an average score of 6.5 out of 10, a solid starting point.
Makes sense. All right, what's the next promising area on the list? Number 7.
Moving on to niche number 7, moral stories.
Moral stories.
Like,
Fables.
yeah, think back to those simple, impactful stories you might have heard growing up, the ones with a clear lesson embedded in them. This is essentially the YouTube version of that. Simple narratives that impart valuable life lessons.
It's intriguing that this is being highlighted as an area with potential. In a lot of ways, it feels like a timeless concept.
Yep.
Perhaps in our increasingly complex world, people are seeking out those straightforward, easily digestible nuggets of wisdom. There could be a real demand for content that offers a sense of grounding and clear values.
That's the thinking. It's almost a sub-niche within the broader storytelling landscape. And the source video suggests there's a real advantage for those who get in early.
Early mover advantage.
But we're seeing channels like Dream Sparks, which started about a year ago and is already getting over 200,000 views each month,
Decent views.
earning around $1,000.
Mm.
Their estimated RPM is about $5.
Okay.
Then there's Wise Vibes, getting around 30,000 monthly views and making about $200, with a slightly higher estimated RPM of $6.
Interesting. Again, the immediate earnings per view might not be astronomical, but the growth trajectory seems encouraging, especially if the content really resonates with viewers looking for that kind of uplifting and meaningful storytelling.
And the great thing about this niche, similar to the anime self-help area, is the relatively low barrier to creation. Well, finding suitable stories is pretty straightforward. You can look to classic fables, find inspiration online, in books, or even use AI tools like ChatGPT to help generate original stories.
Right. Story sourcing isn't hard.
And then once you have the narrative, you can, again, leverage AI tools like Nid AI to create simple but effective visuals to accompany your voiceover.
Ah, the visuals again.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of easily sourced content and increasingly user-friendly tools for bringing those stories to life visually.
Exactly.
That definitely lowers the initial investment of time and resources.
Right. For earning potential, this niche gets a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
And for ease of video creation, it's another strong 9 out of 10, bringing the average to 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Solid.
The source video really emphasizes that with the right approach, there's a significant opportunity to build an engaged audience in this space in 2025.
Interesting. Moving further up the list, what's niche number 6?
Niche number 6 is ancient philosophy.
Ah, stoicism and the like.
Exactly. You've probably seen those shorter videos popping up on platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts discussing Stoicism or other schools of ancient thought.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They've gained a lot of traction in 2024, and the expectation is that this interest will continue to grow in 2025, with more creators moving towards longer-form content as well.
That aligns with what seems to be a growing interest in timeless wisdom and practical guidance for navigating modern life. People appear to be looking for foundational principles and frameworks that have stood the test of time.
Absolutely. Philosophies for Life is a channel in this area averaging around 500,000 views a month
500,000? Not bad.
and earning about $2,000, giving them an RPM of around $4.
Okay, $4 RPM.
But what's particularly interesting here is how focusing on a specific area within ancient philosophy can boost your potential.
Niching down further.
Right. Stoic Journal, a channel dedicated specifically to Stoicism, launched in January 2024
Very recent.
and is already pulling in over 700,000 monthly views, earning upwards of $4,000 with an RPM closer to $6.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty significant jump just by niching down within the broader topic of ancient philosophy.
Isn't it?
It suggests that really catering to a specific interest group can lead to higher engagement and potentially better monetization opportunities.
Definitely. And creating content in this area is also relatively accessible. The core information is widely available through classic texts, academic articles,
Lots of source material.
And even AI can be helpful in research and outlining key concepts.
So it's a niche with increasing public interest, plenty of readily available source material, and the potential for higher earnings if you focus on a specific school of thought or philosopher.
Exactly. The earning potential here is rated at a 6 out of 10,
6.
and the ease of video creation at an 8 out of 10,
Pretty easy then.
resulting in an average score of 7 out of 10.
7 again. Okay, all right, let's delve into the top 5. What's niche number 5?
Niche number 5 is business documentaries.
Ah, okay, like company stories.
Yeah. Now, this is where we start to see a noticeable increase in potential RPM because the topic of business often intersects directly with finance and making money,
Right, higher advertiser interest.
which tend to attract higher-paying advertisers. Plus, the nature of documentaries allows for compelling storytelling, which can really keep viewers engaged.
True, a good story hooks people.
However, the initial hurdle to creating this kind of content is a bit higher.
That makes sense. Producing quality documentaries typically involves more in-depth research, careful scripting, and often more complex editing to create a polished and engaging narrative. Takes more work.
For sure. We get some strong examples here. Magnetes Media creates really well-researched documentaries on the foundations of different companies and any controversies surrounding them.
Juicy stuff sometimes.
Right. They're getting over 2 million views a month
2 million plus. Huge.
and making around $15,000 or more, giving them a conservative estimated RPM of over $7.05.
750 plus RPM.
Very nice. Another great example is Company Man, with over 1.5 million monthly views and earnings exceeding $10,000, resulting in an RPM of about $6.05.
Still very solid earnings. Those are substantial figures, really illustrating the potential return on investment for high-quality content in this niche. The fact that the barrier to entry is higher could also mean less overall competition for those who are willing to put in the necessary work.
Precisely. The source video points out that these two channels seem to be leading the pack in this specific style of business documentary right now.
Pioneers in this space.
But as you mentioned, creating these kinds of videos demands significant time and effort for thorough research, detailed scripting, and professional level editing.
Not a quick turnaround.
Definitely not. So having a genuine passion for the subject matter is likely crucial for long-term sustainability in this area. You gotta love it.
So higher potential rewards, but also a more significant initial investment of both time and effort.
Yeah.
A real trade-off.
Exactly. The earning potential for this niche is rated a 9 out of 10, definitely one of the highest we've seen.
9.
Okay, but the ease of video creation is only a 3 or 4 out of 10,
Ouch. Low E-score.
bringing the average score to 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, that gives a clear picture of the trade-offs involved. Got it. What's niche number 4?
Niche number 4 is horror and scary story videos.
Ah, the spooky stuff. Always popular.
This is a personal favorite of the creator of the source video, apparently, and it's not hard to see why. It combines strong earning potential with a relatively straightforward video creation process,
Oh, interesting combo.
making it a pretty potent mix.
Horror has a consistently large and highly engaged audience online. The appeal of a good scare and a well-told creepy tale is definitely enduring, isn't it?
It really is. And we're talking about some serious view numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
Chilling Scares reportedly pulls in 18 million views every month.
18 million. Monthly.
Yeah. And earns over $100,000.
Wow. Okay. That's massive.
Mr. Nightmare, a channel we've mentioned in other contexts, averages over 500,000 views per video and achieves similar levels of income.
Per video. Incredible consistency.
And if you think you need years of experience to break into this, consider Mr. K&N Scares, which launched in June 2023
Again, quite new.
and is already getting 200,000 monthly views and earning around $2,000.
Those examples really highlight the rapid growth potential that exists within this niche.
Right.
The lower technical demands of creation, combined with the consistently high audience demand, can lead to impressive results in a relatively short amount of time.
The estimated RPM range for horror and scary story videos is between $5 and $12 per thousand views.
Decent range, $5 to $12.
And as the source video points out, if you're someone who enjoys horror and has a knack for finding or creating compelling scary content, you have a real opportunity to build a large and dedicated audience quite quickly.
Play to your strengths if horror is your thing.
Yeah. Creating these videos typically involves using creepy visuals, adding an eerie voiceover, and of course, narrating spine-chilling stories. This tends to be less technically complex than something like animation or producing in-depth documentaries.
Easier production workflow. Makes sense.
So, A really appealing combination of high earning potential and a relatively accessible content creation process.
Yeah, I can see the appeal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It earns an 8 out of 10 for earning potential
8. Strong.
and a 7 out of 10 for ease of video creation,
Also good.
averaging out to a strong 7.5 out of 10.
7.5. Okay, we're now in the top 3. What's niche number 3?
Niche number 3 is basic financial education.
Okay, finance, but basic.
Yeah, the emphasis here is on basic. While there are certainly many established finance channels out there, this niche specifically focuses on foundational financial knowledge.
Gotcha, like the entry-level stuff.
Right. Things like how to earn money, develop good saving habits, and cultivate a positive mindset towards wealth. It even has some overlap with the self-development space.
That's a really smart angle. By focusing on the fundamentals, the content becomes accessible to a much broader audience,
Exactly.
including those who might feel overwhelmed or intimidated by more complex financial topics like investing or advanced trading strategies.
Exactly. You don't need to be a financial whiz, a certified planner or anything to create these videos.
Right.
You can gather reliable information from reputable sources like personal finance books, well-regarded articles, and even use AI for research assistance, and then present that information in a clear and engaging way.
Information, curation, and presentation.
Yeah. And because it falls under the broader finance category, the RPMs can be quite attractive,
Ah, the finance RPM bump.
generally ranging from $12 to $20 per thousand views.
12 to 20, that's a significant jump in potential revenue compared to some of the niches we discussed earlier.
It really is. Even with a more modest number of views, the earning potential can be substantial. Alix is a prime example. They average around 3.5 million views a month, creating basic financial education videos,
3.5 million views.
and reportedly earn around $25,000.
25K a month. Wow.
Plus, channels in this niche often attract sponsorships from financial products and services, which can add another significant stream of income.
Right, multiple revenue streams.
Chris Invests another good example, earning around $2,000 from just over 250,000 monthly views.
Okay, smaller scale, but still decent.
Using simple whiteboard animations to explain financial concepts. And guess what?
What's that?
The source video highlights that you can now create these kinds of engaging whiteboard animations yourself using the latest version of NIDA AI.
There's that AI tool again. So not only is the earning potential high in this area, but the tools for creating engaging and informative content are becoming increasingly accessible to a wider range of creators.
Precisely. Democratizing the creation process a bit.
Mm-hmm.
This niche earns 9 out of 10 for earning potential
9 again. High potential.
and a 7 out of 10 for ease of video creation,
7 E's? Pretty good balance.
giving it a solid average of 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Very strong contender. Okay, we're down to the final 2. What's niche number 2?
Niche number 2 is make money online with AI.
Okay, combining 2 massive trends.
Exactly. This is a niche that perfectly combines 2 really hot trends right now: the widespread desire to generate income online and the incredibly rapid advancements in artificial intelligence tools and their applications.
It's a very logical pairing. There's a huge amount of interest in how individuals can leverage these new AI technologies to create new income streams.
Totally.
Whether it's through automation, content creation, or entirely new business models, people want to know how AI can make them money.
Right. The earning potential here is a very strong 9 out of 10 right off the bat.
Another 9. Okay.
The RPM range is estimated to be between $7 and $10 per thousand views.
7 to 10 bucks RPM. Solid.
And we're seeing several channels achieve impressive results. 10x income with 300,000 subscribers and just 55 videos.
55 videos, 300K subs. Efficient.
Yeah, they actually revealed an $18 RPM on one specific video,
$18?
although their overall average is a bit lower due to a viral video with a $2 RPM, still netting them around $2,000.
Okay, so averages matter, but peaks can be high.
Exactly. Other examples include ISAC, with 134,000 subscribers and only 5 videos.
5 videos.
I know. How to AI, making around $4,000 a month, and Digital Income Project, which is particularly interesting. Just 239 subscribers and 40 videos, yet earning over $2,000 a month.
Wait, 239 subscribers and making $2K? That's wild.
Right. Really shows the power of the niche.
Those are really impressive figures, especially for channels with relatively small video libraries or a modest subscriber count. It really underscores the potential of tapping into a high-demand topic with strong audience engagement.
Definitely. Now, while the ease of creation is rated at a moderate 5 out of 10,
5. Middle of the road.
Likely because staying on top of the rapidly evolving AI landscape requires some effort.
Yeah, things change fast.
There are increasingly more resources becoming available to help you get started. The source video even mentions in-depth tutorials that analyze successful channels in this niche, covering everything from identifying viable video ideas to creating engaging and informative content about using AI for online income.
So help is out there. The high earning potential, coupled with a growing pool of resources to aid in content creation, makes this a very compelling option for those looking to get into the faceless YouTube space.
Absolutely. With a 9 out of 10 for earning potential and a 5 out of 10 for ease of creation, it averages out to a 7 out of 10.
7 overall. Okay. And finally, the #1 niche that topped the list. What is it?
Drumroll, please. Niche number 1 is 3D animation.
3D animation. Really? Okay. Didn't see that coming necessarily.
Yeah, I'm guessing that might be a bit of a surprise to some, but 3D animation is absolutely exploding on YouTube right now, particularly in the shorts format,
Shorts. Okay.
with significant potential for growth in longer form content as well.
That is somewhat unexpected, but when you think about it, 3D animation can be incredibly captivating and visually arresting.
Totally.
The rise of short-form video platforms has definitely provided a fertile ground for this kind of highly visual content to thrive. It catches the eye quickly.
It really does. And the view numbers in this niche are frankly staggering.
Oh, staggering.
Zach D. Films, who's a real pioneer in creating short-form 3D animated videos sharing bizarre or interesting facts,
Yeah, I think I've seen the
pulls in an incredible 2.6 billion monthly views.
billion with a B monthly.
Billion with a B monthly. Their estimated earnings range from $20,000 to $80,000 a month, and that's primarily from shorts.
That's astronomical. Just mind-blowing numbers.
And The Outliners, a channel launched in November 2023 with just 95 shorts.
Launched late 2023.
Already has over 655,000 subscribers and around 11 million monthly views, conservatively estimated to be earning over $10,000 to $15,000 a month.
Also, incredible results for such a new channel. Those figures are truly remarkable. It really highlights the immense audience potential and earning capacity within this niche, especially if you can tap into the viral nature of short-form video content.
But traditionally, creating 3D animations has been a significant hurdle, right?
Oh, yeah. Huge barrier to entry.
It required either learning complex and often expensive software and investing countless hours in animation, or hiring skilled animators, which could be quite costly.
Time-consuming and expensive.
This would have historically given 3D animation a very low score for ease of creation, maybe a 2 or something.
Definitely low.
However,
Yeah.
and this is a major however, the rapid advancements in AI tools are fundamentally changing the game.
AI to the rescue again?
Seems like it. The latest version of NID AI, for example, now allows users to create full-fledged animated videos, including various styles of 3D animation.
Full videos, not just clips.
Full videos, yeah, making the entire process significantly faster, more accessible, and much more cost-effective.
So these breakthroughs in AI technology are substantially lowering the barrier to entry for a niche that was previously considered highly technical and resource-intensive. That's huge.
Exactly. The ease of video creation, thanks to these AI advancements, has jumped from what would likely have been, like I said, maybe a 2 out of 10,
Yeah.
to a much more manageable 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 for ease. That's a massive leap.
Isn't it? And with a strong earning potential rating of 9 out of 10,
Still a 9 potential.
the overall average for the 3D animation niche is a robust 7.5 out of 10.
7.5. Same as horror, but with maybe even higher ceiling potential, given those view numbers.
Wow. So looking at all 8 of these niches, it's clear that there's a really diverse range of opportunities available for individuals considering launching faceless YouTube channels in 2025.
Definitely.
Each presenting its own unique balance between the potential for earning and the practicalities of content creation.
Absolutely. As we saw right at the beginning of our discussion with those two contrasting YouTube channels.
The psychology versus the AI one, yeah.
Yeah. Making a strategic decision about your niche can have a dramatic impact on your success, particularly when you consider the significant differences in RPM that different content categories can command.
And it's important to remember that it's not solely about chasing the highest potential earnings, right?
Sure point.
As the source video wisely points out, you also need to seriously consider your own interests, passions, and existing skill sets.
Building a successful YouTube channel takes time and consistent effort, and that's much easier to sustain when you genuinely enjoy the kind of content you're creating. Can't just chase the money.
That's such a crucial point. You can't just
No.
blindly chase after high RPMs. You need to be able to maintain your creative momentum and sustain your efforts over the long haul. YouTube is definitely a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This deep dive really provides a valuable framework, I think, for anyone who's seriously contemplating launching a faceless channel or maybe even pivoting an existing one. Lots to think about.
It does indeed.
Mhm.
So here's a final thought to chew on for everyone listening. Now that you've seen the potential that these various niches offer,
Mhm.
what unique perspective, creative twist, or personal passion could you bring to one of them to carve out your own space and create something truly compelling that resonates with an audience? That unique angle is often the most powerful ingredient for success.